Our dad never rests, he always does his best. So good turns to better, and better turns to best. And even through the years, through happiness and tears, our dad stays strong, this is where he belongs. Boom.
Wicka wicka.
Well, hello, local church family. Excited to have this time together. My name's Logan Thrasher, and this is my wonderful wife, Lindsay. And this is Kaylee and Grace, both of whom are 11 and in the 6th grade. And we have Emma Joy over here, who is 8 and in the 3rd grade. And we have Luke over here, who is 6 and in the 1st grade. And so this is the Thrashers, and we're excited to be introduced to you guys. So I really believe that my testimony is evidence of God's consistent grace and consistent movement. He saw fit to put me in a believing family with believing parents. So my mom and dad were very committed to faith and committed to the church. And so instilling that within myself and my sisters from the very beginning. So the Lord was already building that foundation, building that groundwork. And so when I was 12 years old, the Lord really convicted my heart and illuminated me to recognizing that I needed Him and that He is good and faithful to provide that salvation. And so committed my life to Him. I was baptized, and the Lord's had my heart really since the very beginning. So very thankful for that.
I also was blessed to grow up in a Christian home, and I'm grateful for that. I feel like the Lord really captured my heart pretty young as well. I professed Christ and was baptized at age 10. But it was really after that that I really came a lot more face to face with my need for Jesus and of just conviction of how prevalent sin was in my own heart as a teenager. And really one of the most impactful ways that God has shown Himself to me has been through struggle, which I think most of us can agree. I had some pretty serious health concerns as a high schooler and into college, and it was really in those times and difficult diagnoses that I feel like God really solidified that He was my strength and weakness, and that was really, I feel like it was really as a young adult where I really began to grasp and take hold of the salvation that was already mine.
So we met in college, and so we met our freshman year, but it wasn't until our senior year that we started dating.
So after we got married in Nashville, Tennessee, we worked in full-time ministry together at a church in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And it was while we were there, we adopted our beautiful twin daughters, Grace and Kaylee. And then we moved to Louisville, Kentucky, where Logan was a police officer, believe it or not, for about 3.5 years. And while we lived there, we were part of a church called Sojourn Community Church, which was really transformational for us. And that's where we had our Emma Joy. And then we moved to the mountains of North Carolina for 1.5 years, and we lived and worked at a children's home there, and that's where Luke was born. So, and then 5 years ago, we came up here. Logan was called to a church in ministry.
And I was on staff at a church for about 4 years as the family pastor. And so a really good 4 years. The Lord did a lot of great things. And then the Lord transitioned me out of that. And so I have been working at the City Mission since January, overseeing the security team, but also doing program, and just a great opportunity to invest in guys who are in a difficult situation. And so in that transition from the other church, the Lord really brought Matt and Devin to us, and they were a great soft place for us to land as we kind of were talking through feelings and steps and just really cared for by them.
Local church has been an answer to prayers we've been praying for years of just this very interconnected, interdependent body.
I feel like we're at home in a lot of ways because we have just that intentionality and that teaching and that relationship piece that was so formative for us. And so we're excited to be able to just continue investing and diving in and being able to be a part of what the Lord is doing.
We can come needy and that it's okay, and that is our state no matter what, but I feel like we're encouraged to really acknowledge our neediness and bring that to each other, bring that to the Lord, and allow the body and the Lord to fill those needs and be strong in our weakness, rather than having to hide weakness or feign strength. I feel like this church has really taught us to just let ourselves be needy and also to be needed by others. It's just been a really beautiful experience for us to have that community with leaders and with, just people all throughout the church. I feel like that's the culture that the Lord is really building here, is to come as you are and let the Lord change you. And that said, it's not a culture of come as you are and everything's fine. It's come as you are and let me give you the gospel, and that gospel will transform you. And so I think that that's
Absolutely.
pretty powerful.
We are really excited to continue investing in relationships and life at Local. And so we want to be avenues of the Lord's goodness. We want everyone to know that they are welcomed, that they will be loved and seen and cared for, as Lindsay has said a couple times, to be needy and to be needed, and how Christ speaks to all those things. And so regardless of where somebody may be in their journey, regardless of background or situations, the Lord meets us in those places, and we want to meet in those places as well. And so we're excited to continue engaging in the life at Local.